Good afternoon. My name's Simon Bloor, and I'm currently the Assistant Director in Accessibility Resources and Service at UNC at Chapel Hill. I've been here for nearly 5 years, and before that I was the Director of a large Disability Resources Centre in Manchester in the UK, and this served and serves, continues to do so, students with disabilities in higher education, attending a number of institutions in the North West. I live in Durham with my wife Ruth, and we have 3 children. So I'm addressing each of the questions that were set to us. Describe the position you hope to obtain. So I hope to continue to work in this same field for the next 2 or 3 years while consolidating and obtaining more experience in student affairs. And then I hope to look to a higher level student affairs position. My experience with student affairs and college counselling, and experience that was different from when I was an undergraduate student. So I was an undergraduate in Sheffield in the UK between 1985 and 1988. I was a psychology undergrad. I don't remember there being a dedicated counselling service at that time. The closest provision I do remember was a student-run nightline. However, this was also at a time when undergraduate students were typically placed into small tutor groups, and my personal experience was of being a member of a group of between 4 and 8 students. And on reflection, I suppose this provided an opportunity for faculty to offer support and intervention, but of course this would very much depend upon the skill and interest of the faculty member, and the quality of support would indeed and was, as I remember, very variable. Certainly their interest in anything other than academic was not to be taken for granted. There certainly was not, to reiterate, to my memory, a professional counselling service. And what interested me in learning about student affairs and college counselling, so in my work and I've been in this sort of position for 20 plus years, the population of students accessing the kinds of services, of accessibility resources, that population are bringing increasingly unique and challenging experiences to college, and in ways that differ from many other students. Increasing numbers of students seem to be connecting with our office with documentation of mental health challenges and clinical levels of anxiety and depression, and also with conditions that are comorbid with these, so for example Asperger's and ADHD. How do I think student affairs and college counselling will evolve? So I think it's incredibly challenging to even consider how simply growing provision and capacity can continue given the growth we've seen in recent years or increasing demand. I think that there will inevitably have to be some growth, but ultimately I foresee a need for more creative interventions. For example, UNC is currently working on a new general education curriculum, and the proposal is that this will include a mental an MFIT requirement, and will introduce a cohort model which, if successful, will ground students into a peer group more firmly than currently happens. And finally, how do I think my current skills will help? So as I said previously, in terms of my current skill set, I've been in this work for 20 plus years. Working in disability and accessibility services has introduced me inevitably to many other functional areas in student affairs. Disability services is often involved in fixing issues and problems though, and this can easily run counter to effective counselling practice. And I'm acutely aware of the challenge of keeping up with the day job and incorporating a more intentional counselling approach to my work. I'm very much looking forward to this class and learning from everyone here, and thank you for watching.